folks. Today we are going to talk about do Americans still have what it takes to be free? Freedom is a collective effort by all of us. We all need to do our part to preserve freedom. I don't like to see everybody just letting the left drive. Just day after day, week after week, no matter how insane the left gets, no matter how authoritarian, no matter how disgusting they get, conservatives continue to let the left drive the culture. They apparently like being driven over a cliff. I mean, there's just a lack of protest. And I mean, here's the thing. I understand that, you're afraid of, the mobs and the violence. But that is not the only way. That's not probably the most effective way to push back. You push back in a lot of ways. And first of all, you're going to learn to say no to the left. Say you're wrong and you're bad. And you've got to stand your ground. You do not cave. That's one thing you don't do. Like you said, it's like a bad kid. You're trying to discipline a bad kid. You don't reinforce him by giving in. I said, and I'm not a parent, but I know human nature. Little ways you push back. If you see them trying to do something in your community you don't like, bring in a whorehouse or something, you go protest it. You make a stand. People don't like standing alone, so you just let it go. See, right now, everything the left is doing, everyone just lay down and die, lay down and die, lay down and die. And it's just pathetic. I mean, at least you can go down fighting. At least have some principles. Does this expose the underbelly of America, that there are no principled people in it? I mean, it's obvious. I mean, how can there be any courage or any bravery? How can we claim the song, "The Home of the Brave"? We're not brave enough to be free. So I said, it just takes, and when the left tries to let their criminals get away with things, you're going to have to say, no, they can't get away with it. Write letters to the editors, start a blog, do a website, start a channel. Just speak out against the left. And pretty soon, if we get enough voices, they're going to start to back down. I mean, like I said, I know you don't want to put your lives on the line, but we got to say no, and we've got to do basic things. And essentially, the left has seceded from us, because they are off in their own little la-la land of culture, their little unrealistic, padded cell, mental happy place, safe space, and the rest of us, we sort of want to live in the real world, The left is not living in the real world anymore, and they are trying to turn our real world into their, kangaroo court and jumping playground. And we cannot let them do that. But so far, they have received very little opposition. Okay, so here, you're too scared to say no to them. You're too scared to say they committed a crime, they need to, be punished for it. You're too scared to say that. Well, how about this? How about, are you brave enough to start some new things? Are we brave enough to start some conservative brands? You're like, oh no, the left won't let us do that. They'll boycott us. They will stop us. We can't do anything. I said every little bit of cultural resistance does not involve, putting your life on the line. It involves saying no. It involves resolve. And it also involves positive things, like promoting literature, promoting wholesome entertainment, Christian things. It involves doing good things. So if you're too scared to do something to oppose the left, do something positive. And maybe pretty soon we'll have so much positive out there that the left's nastiness and negativeness is just going to get pushed to the sidelines. There's more than one way to survive and to achieve our goals. So I said, I personally advise, standing up to the left is important. And that's something that people have not done in the past 70 years, at least not on a wide scale. So we need to stand up to them and say no. And we need to kick them out of the driver's seat. I said they are trying to convert our mainstream life into a nuthouse la la land. And we can't let them do it. So if you're not going to try to get them mental help or put them in jail, at least try to start some positive things. Build culture, build business, build dreams. I said, for me, I have plenty of ideas. Ideas galore. The question is, do people want solutions? Do they want ideas? They want options? Or do they just want to sit around and say, where's my next government check? Ugh. And it seems to me everyone's been going on vacations and just slacking, and not... I said freedom's been on autopilot. And we can't have freedom on autopilot. Freedom on autopilot is heading for slavery. Well, they just won't call it slavery, but it'll be slavery. So, Americans, I think we do have what it takes to be free, only we're not used to exercising our freedom muscle, not even our mental freedom muscles. So we need to start exercising them. And it starts with simple baby steps, like saying no, like writing a letter to the editor, to starting a blog, starting a podcast. It starts with little things you gotta make stands. And I said, if we got all 70 million, people who voted for Trump to make a stand, then I doubt the left would have that many people willing to make a stand for their idiocies. And I said, do positive. Stand our ground, tell them they're wrong, but we also gotta do positive things. It seems like everyone has kind of lost the pioneer spirit, lost the ability to think out of the box. It just sort of everyone wants to go along with the status quo. And that's why it seems like Americans and people in Western nations don't have what it takes. We're following a bunch of pathetic aristocrats who don't know what they're doing. And always remember, the people are the ones in control. Because, how many pathetic aristocrats are there in relation to how many people there are? And that's why dictatorships are foredoomed to failure. Because there's just way more of the masses than there are of them. The masses just got to stop being nervous and scared and just start taking steps. Especially in America, especially in Western nations where there's some freedom. Obviously, if you're in a nation where has no freedom, you have to be extra cautious. But in nations where we're supposed to be free, we need to act like it. So, I have my plans of what I'm going to do to contribute, and I hope you do too. So we're going to go forth, and we are going to get the job done. Carry on. All right. Thank you for watching. Let freedom ring.